Hi, my name is... How's it going? My name is Ben, and I am a transgender man. And, this is my first YouTube video, so I'm really sorry if it's bad. I was born in... I'm just here today to answer a few questions from my Instagram followers because they wanted to know a few things. So, question number 1. Do you have to stab yourself with a needle for your testosterone? The answer to that question is yes. I do it every week, every Sunday. I forget a lot, so sometimes it's on Mondays. And sometimes if I remember early, and I know that I'll forget the next day, it's on Saturday. It's honestly a little bit annoying, but you know, it just comes with the job, man. Do you have to take testosterone every week for the rest of your life? Yes. If you want to have consistent hormone levels, then you should be taking testosterone for the rest of your life. Like, I will be taking testosterone for the rest of my life. Who knows what sort of different ways they will come up with to, you know, give yourself either a shot or I know of a new way of taking testosterone where they put pellets in your butt cheek and it lasts for 4 or 5 months. You only have to go in a few times a year. There's a gel situation that you can put on every day. I started testosterone on the gel and then I switched shots. There's a bunch of different types of testosterone, so yes, I have to take it for the rest of my life, but not necessarily every week. The next question is, do you get offended by trans jokes in a comedic setting like stand-up? This is a tough one because it depends. Is the person trans? Is the person a part of the LGBT community? What are they saying? I think that the person who asked this, when I questioned them further, they mentioned Dave Chappelle, who consistently, unfortunately, tells like very transphobic jokes, and I'm not a huge fan of him. But you know, we can't all be winners. How/when did you know that you were trans? Well, I met some people when I was about 12 that were really helpful to me. They were trans, and I learned that about them, and I asked them about their experiences as trans men, and I learned a lot about it and talked a lot about it, and then I figured out, I was like, whoa, wait, this makes sense, bro. And then they were like,
well, we can't make that decision for you.
And I was like, I understand that. Well, thank you for the information, and I am also trans. So here we are. When did you know that you were trans? I knew when I was about 13. Next question. Do you find younger people, for example, tiny humans, tweens, and teens, more understanding or accepting? I have found that typically the younger you are, the less you give a f***. Yes. Typically, are younger people more accepting or understanding? Yes. That's not a rule of thumb though. So I recently just came out over Instagram. I made a post for the Trans Day of Visibility, and so someone asked me, what made you feel comfortable enough to come out over Instagram? I think I was fed up with feeling like it's any sort of big deal or like a big secret. Being trans is part of who I am. It's not the biggest part of who I am, but it is a very important part of who I am. The main point that I'm trying to get across is this piece of information is not any more important than any other piece of information about me, like me telling you that my hair is actually naturally blonde, or that I don't like sour cream. Just examples. My hair is not actually blonde. Reconciling religious beliefs with being trans. I think that's a complicated question, and I think that it's really an individual thing, and when all is said and done, it is up to you. It is your relationship with God or whoever you believe in, if you believe in anything. Personally, I'm not a big God guy, so I just do whatever feels right, and if people don't think that that's right, I don't really care, because it's not up to them, it's up to me. It's a personal thing. Next question. How can I be as cool as you? We already know the answer to that one. Happiest moment during your transition, if there was one, or is one that you can think of. So many happy moments, but I have to say my favorite one is probably the day that I got my name legally changed. It was just so fun. We kind of had like a photo shoot, you know, in the courthouse, and you know, I had my best friends there with me. When I came home that night, my girlfriend had set up a little surprise party for me. We had a cake that had my name on it and everything, and it was just super fun. Was your family supportive with your transition? Yes, my family was very supportive with my transition. I will say this forever, I'm one of the most privileged trans people I have ever met and probably ever will meet. My family was very, very supportive of me. They honestly didn't care. I'm sure that they dealt with their own demons that had to do with it, but that I saw, they didn't give two shits. I hope that that is the experience that everyone on this planet has. I know that it's not, but that would be my hope. Why didn't you change your name until a couple or a few years after your transition? The honest answer to this question is that I'm a procrastinator and that I was just putting it off because I didn't want to have to deal with it. So, if that says anything about me, are there portrayals of trans people in the media that you support and or do not support? I love Laverne Cox, and I watched Orange is the New Black for a few seasons, and I think that she was one of the most amazing portrayals of a trans character that I have ever seen, ever. I also love Hunter Schafer as Jules in Euphoria. But in terms of not supporting, Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club, Hilary Swank in Boys Don't Cry, I know that this was one of the very first portrayals of a trans person in the media, and it's also a true story. There are just some issues that I have taken with it. It's not a very good portrayal of a trans person. It kind of just shows a cisgender woman playing a trans man, and it's very outdated. They didn't get a lot of the concepts down very well. How does it make you feel when people say stuff like, OMG, I had no idea you passed so well? For me, it's not really a compliment to say that you had no idea that I'm trans and that I passed so well. I never really say thank you to anything like that because to me it just invalidates those who don't pass. Passing is a social construct. So is gender, and it's based on gender, which is a social construct. I understand that for a lot of trans people, passing is very validating, and it is for me. The concept of passing is a little bit ridiculous. So the last question that I'm going to answer today is, do you have any advice for people thinking about transitioning in your own personal experience? All that I can really say is just be yourself no matter what. Get to know yourself inside and out. Ask for help when you need it. Other trans people will almost always help you, and the LGBT community is very welcoming and very helpful. Thank you for watching my first video. Let me know if there's anything more that I can do, or anything more fun, or if I need to make more jokes, or if I can be any better in any other way. And let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. I will do my best to do it.